All right, what a day it is. Finally got some beautiful weather. Got the garage all nice and clean. We got the focus on the trickle charger. The battery's not doing so well these days, so we're gonna give it a nice little charge. Truck started warming up. We're gonna go wash it, get some food, and then we're gonna come back here and pull it to the garage, and we're gonna get some horns installed today. So my OEM horns, I think I lost my low or the high. I can't remember. We tested it in one of the other videos, but one of these horns are shot, so we're just gonna replace both of them. And we got a new high and a new low tone from a local auto store. These don't have these are a universal horn, so they have like your typical prongs, whereas these use the OEM. They have like the proper adapters, like here. This is a connector from the truck, but we'll make it work with these. I'm not too worried about it. We'll splice it off of the wires from the factory, so stay tuned for that. We have two horns going in, and that will require taking off the whole front grille assembly. The headlights can stay on, but take off the front grille and the bottom valence. So stick around for that, and we'll go over all that in a bit. All right, so we just got back from the car wash. The truck is looking nice and clean. Quick shout out to one of our brand sponsors, Vortek Offroad. If you guys are looking for a new set of wheels for your truck, or you're just starting your truck build and you're not sure what tire or what wheel to go with, I should say, make sure you guys check out Vortek Offroad. They got a whole different variety of wheels and different styles. They have the B-Lock style. This is the Precision series, so this is more of a spoke style. I wanted to go with this wheel to sort of mimic more of a Raptor kind of look, kind of to suit the overall build. I have -18 offset on the wheels, no wheel spaces or anything like that. But make sure you guys go check out Vortek Offroad. They make a killer wheel, and I'm just in love with these ones. This one has a hint of gray in the spoke. This is all gloss black with the hint of gray in it. So it looks really, really nice and really glimmers in the sun. But then if you want that stealth sort of look, it does look like a typical gloss black wheel in different lighting as well. So huge shout out to those guys. I'm in love with these wheels, and it gave my truck a very different look that I'm very happy with all around. So getting right into it, first thing we'll have to do is take this bottom valence off here, right here. Very easy to do. Then that allows us to access the screws to the back to get this grill off. Once we get the grill off, we can access the horn and mount our horns up. All right, so we're gonna start off by taking this guy off right here, this trim piece, and you want to do that by taking these two screws off right here. There's a series of clips behind this this fender flare here, but I've done this a couple times that these are kind of broken off, so they're not really holding this onto this piece as well as they should be, but the screws are the most important thing. And coming over to the other side as well, the same goes for the other side. So I'm missing a screw here. I can't find it. I have to put a replacement in at some point, but then take out this screw right here, and then we'll rip off the valence, and then that'll give us access to our bottom bolts. And then we want to work our way along the whole thing. Okay, it's kind of loose there, and then we'll finish it off by kind of working our way through here by, there you go. Pull this guy out, pull that out, and then it all comes undone just like that. So very, very easy to do, nothing too crazy. And then it gives us access to pull out these bolts. So I'll get the impact, get the right socket. I believe it's an 8mm. I'll confirm right away, and then we'll get the grill pulled off. One of the more annoying parts about this job is you have to take off this valence here, this kind of plastic trim bra that's over top of your thing, because there's some bolts in the back here that you have to access to rip off this whole kind of front piece here. So we'll go ahead, we'll take these clips off. Very easy, just pry them up with a trim tool or a flathead screwdriver, whatever you got. So we'll get this all taken off, and then we can access these 4 bolts on top here. All right, so we got our bra off, and this bolt here, this bolt right here, and this bolt right here are all gonna have to come off as well. So these are all 10 mils, as well as this bolt right here, which is an 8mm, and this bolt right here, which is an 8mm. And once we get those 6 bolts off, we'll be able to take the grill off. Just give it a nice tug, find a spot to grab. Come on. And just like that, off she comes. So here's the two brackets that the horns were mounted on. We're going to reuse these brackets. The reason why the horns aren't here, they've already been taken off, is because a couple weeks ago I was in the back of this headlight trying to, this DRL strip wasn't working here. That kind of, it follows this white light that follows the housing, wasn't working. I found it was a broken wire in the back of the headlight, so we got that all fixed. And I forgot to put the horns back on because I did have a dysfunctional one. I ended up just buying the high and the low tone regardless, and they'll utilize the same bolt here, so we can reuse those brackets by putting this bolt right there through the hole. So it should be a very easy install, and we'll go ahead and we'll make our wiring harness for this guy. This is 18 gauge wire, red and black, that I have. So we'll make our ends and we'll tape it up. We'll make it kind of look sort of close to OEM as possible for you that have never kind of done this before and you want to make your own harness without just running sort of spaghetti wire in your engine bay, because a lot of people just run this and they'll leave it and it looks kind of bad and half-ass. So all you'll need is some 18 gauge wire and some crimp-on ends, some good insulated crimp-on ends, just like these guys right here, to slip onto your, we're going to slip them onto our horn thing here. So it's a nice solid connection just like that. So we'll make this look as OEM as possible, just using some wire, some electrical tape, and some of these crimp-on ends right here. So all we're doing is we're basically just mimicking this idea here. This is the OEM factory harness, and these guys basically, here's the old horns right here. So one end went right here on this guy, like this, it clicks in. The other end went on this guy right here, like so. And then this harness plugs right into the harness on the truck. That supplies the power to your horns. So because we're doing a more universal application, and this is for you that, you know, maybe can't find the specific Ford ones, or, you know, all you have on hand are these universal ones, I'm kind of just showing you how to wire up universal horns instead of your factory. Instead of your factory horns that would utilize this harness right here. So this is an OEM, would be a wiring harness from another vehicle that I have kicking around. And that's all they do. You have your individual strand wires, and they have a fabric tape. This will probably be a high temp sort of tape. They just wrap it on the wires. I mean, that's all a wiring harness is, right? I'm choosing to use electrical tape because it'll do just the same. This is this stuff's good for, you know, 120 degrees Celsius, so it's a pretty high temp tape, and we're gonna make our own harness using this. You can go out and you can buy yourself some of this nice sort of this is kind of like what it kind of looks like. It's just like more of like a fabric-y wrap to make it look even more OEM. But this is just fine, and definitely do this rather than just have your spaghetti wiring hanging out in your engine bay like a lot of people do. Try your best to make it look nice, and then we will cut it here. I'm not sure how much we need yet, but we shouldn't need that much. I'm going to give this desk a quick clean off, then we'll go over what we just did. All right, so nothing too crazy, just two wires going to each your positive and your negative on your horn, and then it kind of goes into a harness, and then this is going to tap into our 12-volt power. So that's sort of what it looks like. Nothing too crazy at all. Very, very simple concept. And this will do, and this will hold up very nicely for the years to come. So I got the horns bolted down. It's just you put that thread through and you put the nut on the back side of the bracket, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our harness on. So I know that this is my black wire, and this one's my red wire. I have it memorized from when I built it. So make sure you guys kind of keep track of that before you tape it all up, which one's which. So we're going to put this on here, and on this horn here, it doesn't matter really where, like, which one's positive and negative, because it's just a solenoid, I believe, so it shouldn't, polarity shouldn't matter on these guys. And we're going to go same thing, red to this side, black to this side, and then we just have our this is our connection right here for our horn, our factory connection. So we're just going to, and like 9 times out of 10, and almost always, your black wire is going to be your negative on like in a wiring harness. Yellow with black stripe, kind of typically just black with yellow stripe. I think this is actually a black with white stripe, but this one I can guarantee is going to be our negative, and we can confirm that on our end. I can go with my multimeter. So you want to hear that beeping sound, which means that we're touching the same. There we go, I got it pushed in there. So this, there. So the black is our ground, and we can confirm that by just doing a continuity test. And you use that little horseshoe symbol on your meter. You touch your 2 leads together, and you'll hear that beeping sound, that's showing that it's the same reference point. What you usually want to do in this situation is use a T-tap, and you just put these, and these crimp onto your wires like so, and you clip them on, and then you put one of these guys in here, and then you can tap your wire off of it. And that's how you can steal power from other places. Like if you, for example, if I want my grill lights to go off my headlights, I use this T-tap it onto the headlight wire, and then have this little thing going to my grill lights. I don't have any of these left, and I'm not going to go to the store right now to grab some. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to strip it back a little bit on these wires here. I'm going to strip my wires, and I'm going to wrap it around and tape it up really, really good. I wouldn't recommend this as good practice by any means, but it's what we're going to do this time around. So I feel pretty gross when I do stuff like this, but I stripped this wire back about 1/4 inch, and then wrap my red around it, strip this guy back, and then wrap my black around it. And it's very tight, like it's not going anywhere. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna tape these up nicely. And you could just cut these off and do the rest, but I wanna leave the factory harness here for the lights. I just don't wanna cut it off. And we're gonna just leave it kind of hanging there, and we're gonna tap this, and now they're tapped into our horns. So if we go press our horn button, the horn should work, but I'm gonna get these taped up first. I'm not too sure if you can tell in that video what exactly it sounds like, but I don't know what that pulse sound is. It's very strange, and other times it worked and other times it didn't, but I don't think I have a loose wire in here. I think I did all my crimps nice and good, so I'm not too sure what it is, but I think we're gonna button everything up. We'll drive like this for a while, because like I said, when I honk the horn, sometimes it worked. You can hear the high tone and the low tone, and other times it makes that weird pulsing sound. So if you know maybe what's causing that, let me know in the comments, and I'll have that issue remedied. But I think we're gonna leave it for now, because the horn does work. It's just pulsing, which is gonna probably alert a driver a little bit more when they hear that weird pulsing sound, which is not a bad thing either. So we'll leave it like that for now, and maybe it just needs to, like, maybe the diaphragm in there is a little stiff, and it maybe needs to work in. It doesn't make sense to me that it would need to do that, but I don't really know why. Everything's wired up properly, and when I honk the horn, like it's really loud. I don't know what's causing that pulsing sound. So anyone that has any idea what's causing that, let me know. I think I'm going to leave it there for now, because you guys get the idea. Like, that's how you wire up your horns. I'll have to do some research, so I don't want to button up and close everything up quite yet until maybe I find a solution. I'll do some research tonight. So thanks for being here, you guys. Once we hit 5,000 subs, I have some pretty exciting news on sort of a YouTube series that I will be starting, and I hope you guys are here for that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a very fun series that we should go, make quite a few videos out of it. And I don't really want to spoil the idea, but I think a lot of people will be on board for the idea, and should make for some very exciting content in the future. So make sure you guys subscribe, and make sure you guys like and be here for that announcement. We're almost at 5,000 subs, only 100 more subscribers, and we're there. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for watching the videos. If you have any questions or if you have any answers for me, make sure you guys comment below. We'll see you guys in the next one.